Yeah.
I just learned how to pronounce your last name. Welcome to the show, dude.
Thank you. A pleasure, my friend.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I feel like this was bound to happen.
Yeah.
So backtrack. I think the first time I met you, you probably wouldn't even remember because you had a lot of people, but it was at your restaurant, El Dorado. It was the first time I ever met you. I went in there. And then went there regularly because it's the best fish tacos around. And then met you again when I was starting at CrossFit, or you started at CrossFit. I can't remember who started first.
I started in 2014. I think it was March. They had the...
I think I started like 13.
Okay.
So maybe I was right around the time you started, probably.
Yeah. Mike Fleming invited me to the Share the Pain.
Okay. Was it at the old building or the new building?
The old building.
Okay. Well, then I was after you because I started right when they moved to the new building.
Okay.
So I was just after you then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started... He invited me to do that workout, the Share the Pain.
Yeah.
And it was great, man. I thought I was in good shape until I started doing CrossFit movements.
Yeah.
Like I never done a kettlebell swing or
it's
a
awkward.
snatch.
Yeah.
Yes, overhead squat, none of that. Because I was racing BMX then.
Yeah.
And I was somewhat serious about it. You know, I was never really competitive, or I think I never thought I was.
Did you work out regularly then? Were you in shape, or were you like just getting into it?
No. I was in shape, man. You know, or I thought I was.
Yeah, but not.
But for my age, you know, racing.
Yeah.
At the local place here, the local track in Milford is right next to the high school. Guys my age.
For BMX? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
There was nobody in the state that could beat
that was
me.
kind of like, it was like a newer thing around here, like BMX. It wasn't like all that popular for a while, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, I think it definitely became more popular when it became Olympic sport.
Yeah.
That gained a lot of traction.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been doing BMX all my life.
You still do that?
Not anymore.
Yeah. Too old.
Yes. Well, that's the thing.
Today's
though.
your birthday, bro.
55, man.
I just learned when you walked in.
Yes.
Shit.
55. I never thought, you know.
If I'd known, I would have went to the WOD this morning.
Yes.
I didn't know, man.
Well, that's all right. You can still
What
make
was
it
it?
later.
What was the WOD?
Oh, horrible. It was 55 double unders, 11 hang snatches, 95 pounds. That was the RX. RXC was 11:15.
Yeah.
Then 11 muscle ups. That was the RXC. And she programmed muscle ups because I asked for them.
Yeah, it's a lot of
But
muscle
she
ups.
put 11, and
That's
it
a
was
lot.
4 rounds.
That's
so
a
it
lot
was
of muscle
45.
ups.
Yes.
It's a lot of muscle.
Oh, man. And then 11 bastards and 11 kettlebell Russian twists.
Yeah.
4 rounds. So it was, it took me like just shy of 27 minutes. Luckily, Ernie was there and he was doing the same. He
Kept
was
you
crazy enough. Yeah. we were, you know, head to head, man. He was
Yeah,
brutal.
if I had known, I would have went.
Yes.
I was planning on going tomorrow, but fuck, man. Oh, well.
But yeah, so I started, anyway, we won that competition. Mike Fleming and myself.
Nice.
And so my price was 6-month membership.
Oh, good deal.
Yeah. So I started going and I felt great.
Yeah.
In a couple of months, I saw big improvements, so much that I was able to keep with some of the 18-year-olds at the track, man.
There you go.
Yes.
That's
but
good.
then again, when those guys crash, they just like get up,
They
shake
get
it
up
off,
and
and
go,
yeah.
And you're like, I gotta walk this one off.
I was starting to break stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the last one was jumping a double. I crashed and fractured 5 ribs and my collarbone.
Yeah.
That was when I was already doing CrossFit.
Yeah.
So I was pretty fresh. Only 2 or 3 months I've been doing CrossFit.
Yeah.
But after that one, I realized that, you know, it's a young one sport, and
Yeah.
I just, you know, because I try to take it easy on the track, but I can't. Once, you know.
Yeah. Once you get going, you're in.
Yes.
It's like CrossFit. Once you get in it, you're in it.
Yes.
Anyway, I want to back it up, dude, because I've known you for a long time. But
yeah.
I don't really know a lot about your background because it's not like you talk about yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, but I think it's probably pretty interesting. Grew up in Mexico, moved around a little bit as you got older.
Yeah, yeah. My I was never really good at school, man. It was hard for me. And I think now that I'm learning a little more about um, ADHD, or I hear about people talking about it in
Yeah.
podcasts, ADHD and dyslexia, I think I have that stuff.
I think a lot of us have it. I think a lot of us have
Exactly,
it.
but back then it was
Yeah, it was
just,
just like, go to school and do your
he can't
thing.
pay attention.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think for a while, my mom, put me on Ritalin. I think we had an uncle.
Yeah.
He wasn't blood related, but it was, and I think he suggested, that I had ADHD and
Where in Mexico did you grow up?
Guadalajara.
Well,
Yeah,
where is that?
Guadalajara. It's on the western part, in the middle of so not far from the Pacific.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the second biggest city in Mexico.
Is it pretty far south or like middle?
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle?
Yeah, right in the
Okay.
middle.
What's like a big known city that would be like close to it?
Puerto Vallarta.
Okay. How
That
far
is
is
a
that?
tourist. There's a new highway now, so it's
Couple hours.
2 hour and a half
Okay.
drive. Yeah.
All right.
But,
What kind of area was that? It's like a nice area? Was it-
Guadalajara?
Yeah.
Yeah, Guadalajara is a big city, and there's a lot of old buildings. It's been a city for I don't know how many years,
Yeah.
but it's big, and there's a lot of old buildings, a lot of history.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I really enjoy growing up there, and something, for example, my parents. I guess I was kind of like middle class, because we live in a nice neighborhood.
What'd your parents do?
My dad was working for IBM most of.
Oh, okay.
We lived in Mexico City for a while.
Yeah.
When I was born in Guadalajara. Soon after we moved to Mexico City because my dad worked for Chrysler.
Okay. Like a plant there?
Yeah. Yeah, in Polanco, in Mexico City. And I think when I was about 5 years old, we moved back to Guadalajara because he got a job at IBM.
Okay.
IBM had a manufacturing plant right outside of the city, the computer stuff. I think back then it was mostly typewriters. They were computers.
Yeah, it's going back a ways.
Yeah.
What'd your mom? Did your mom work?
She did. She worked. She worked for. There's a hospital that is part of the I guess the Mexican free healthcare program.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's a free hospital.
Yeah.
Instituto Mexicano del Seguro Social, IMSS. So she was working there, but in the library. She was a librarian.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah.
So she was there.
And then you had a sister or something. Yeah, a sister.
Yeah, I have two sisters. One older one.
Okay. They're still down there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the one that lives in Puerto Vallarta, they've done really well. In '99, I came to the U.S. and
Did you come
soon
here
after-
first? Was this your first stop when you left Mexico?
No, the first.
Let's start there.
It was funny.
Well,
yes.
first, let's stay on Mexico. What was it like growing up there as a kid, dude? Like,
Yeah. Well,
trouble-wise, was there a lot of trouble or anything? Man? What you got on?
Nah, no. It's funny. The other day I was just thinking, what were the dangers, or what we were looking, or I think we were growing up as kids.
Yeah.
We were more afraid of the cops than we were from the thugs, to be honest.
Yeah.
It wasn't that, our neighborhood was safe and all, but I guess once you start doing, I don't know, crazy stuff when you're a teenager, because we used to ride our bikes everywhere.
Yeah, sure.
We would be more afraid of the cops they'll stop you. And
Did you have run-ins with them? Any good ones?
oh man, I got a couple, but especially because soon after. I started, I don't know if you know this, that I quit drinking. I had a problem, man.
Yeah.
It was bad.
I knew you did, but I wasn't sure like how long ago it was or like the reasons with it.
Yeah. I guess it started early because even though,
As a teenager?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the first time I got drunk, I must have been maybe 12 or 13.
Yeah.
And it was Christmas because
It was Christmas?
yeah, all my older cousins, and I loved it too.
Yeah.
We're going around. We would get together in my grandma's house,
Yeah.
all the family, and we were going around and just picking up the adult drinks, the leftovers, and they
Slamming
just
them?
start giving them to me.
Yeah.
So that night I completely I blacked out. I don't know what I was. They told me that I went out on the front yard and pee.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of that, but I think I remember feeling good after.
That was your first time?
Yes, yeah, the first time I got drunk, and it didn't become a problem right away, but
As you got older?
as I 15,
Would
because
you
down
get-
there the
did
legal
you-
age to drink is 18.
Yeah.
So I started going to nightclubs. I think I got my first fake ID when I was like 15.
Did you get in any trouble around that time? Like, did you
Um,
run it? Did you have run-ins with any
not
of the cops?
from the beginning.
The cops down there and stuff?
I did, but those are coming later.
Oh, okay. We're gonna save them.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll save them.
Because in Guadalajara, up until the point, I think when I was like 18, just before I turned 19, my parents, I mean, all my cousins were going to high school. Everybody,
Yeah.
they all had a degree.
Yeah.
Some were doctors and architects and engineers. And I was getting kicked out of every high school I was in.
Yeah.
So
Just acting up, like
Yeah.
fights and stuff, or
no, it's
just
just
acting up?
I just didn't care, man.
Yeah.
I didn't care for school much.
Yeah.
Like for example, the junior high I went, it was elementary and junior high. I went to a French school, and all because my parents wanted me to learn French or anything.
Yeah. Is that like a private school?
It was.
Yeah.
It was nice. I made some good connections,
Yeah.
but it was just because it was 3 blocks away from my house, so
Right.
we would walk
It was
there.
convenient. Yeah.
Yeah. But then my mom said, you know what? High school, I'm tired because by junior high, I was flunking classes and this and that. And my mom really helped out, trying to
Yeah.
bribe the teachers or any way she could for me to pass.
Yeah.
But then when I finished junior high, she said, you know what? I'm done with this. If you want to do high school, you can do the public one. The one doesn't cost shit,
Yeah.
You can go. And
Yeah.
then if you don't want
I'm not
to study,
investing in this anymore.
exactly.
It's on you. Yeah.
So the first time I went to the public high school, I realized that in the public high school, they don't care if you show up or not.
Yeah.
The door is open.
Yeah. It's come and go as you please.
Hmm. And from that one, I think the first semester, I spent my whole time. There were some football machines outside,
Yeah.
like a little arcade outside. That's where I spent my whole semester. I got really good at football.
And teachers didn't care. They were like, whatever.
Yeah, so I showed up to some of the tests at the end,
Yeah.
final exams, and a couple of teachers, they didn't recognize me. It's like, even though you're here, I see your name here.
I've
that
never
you,
seen you.
uh-huh,
Yeah.
so you can't take the test.
Really?
So I was screwed, yeah. So I got kicked out of that one. And then I think it was like, to finish high school, it took me, well, first, once they kicked me out of that one, my mom said, all right, enough of this.
Yeah.
How about we do this? Pick a place you want to go in the world. I think you need to, become a little more responsible. We'll give you a ticket, one way.
No shit.
Yeah.
And how old were you then?
18.
Oh, okay.
So my neighbor at the time, he had some dealings. He was a really young entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I definitely learned a lot from that guy. He got he died soon after that in a car crash.
Oh.
Yeah, he was asleep and some guys came and picked him up drunk. He had a house there's a little lake called Chapala outside of a 45-minute drive from Guadalajara.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, the wealthy people have houses there. And
Right.
so they had one house there. And, every weekend there's people going to that little lake just to party.
Mm.
So they picked him up and he was in his jammies. And man, those guys were drunk already. On the way over, they pick a fight with a bus driver. And the bus driver got pissed and started chasing him. So these guys crash.
Yeah.
And he was in the back. He got trapped, and he couldn't. And the car got on fire, and he
Man.
passed there, man.
That's wild.
Yeah. Anyway, this guy had some dealings in Vancouver, and he said, "Oh, he had been taking some guys and setting them up there, introducing with the other people."
Yeah.
So I said, why not? Let's go to Vancouver. I want to go to Vancouver. So
Yeah.
sure, my parents bought me a ticket. I went to Vancouver. That was
By
August.
yourself?
Yes.
And you didn't know anybody.
Well,
Did you have like
I
a
went
game
with
plan?
a friend of mine.
Okay.
Yeah, who is dead too. Man. This guy, he was my best friend for a while.
He was your age?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a year older.
Yeah.
And we went together. And at the time I was there must have been another 20 or 25 kids from my hometown living in North Vancouver.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it was crazy because there was like 5 of us living in one bedroom apartment.
Oh, geez.
And we had parties every night, you know?
Yeah.
So we were bumping or jumping from apartment to apartment because, we kept pissing off the neighbors and getting kicked out.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun, man. So I turned 19 when I was in Vancouver,
Okay.
which is the legal age to drink in Canada. So it was beautiful. I was able to go to the freaking...
What were you doing while you were there? Like working?
Well, in Vancouver, so I got there in August, and right away I got a job. 89.
89. Okay.
89. I remember because there was a tax that had just came out, the GST, and Canadians were pissed. One more tax. And but yeah, I was 89, because in November it's late in the year. So I was 18 when I got there, and my first job was driving an ice cream truck.
Yeah.
It was crazy because the owner of the company, he asked me, "Do you have a license?" I was like, "Sure, Mexican."
Yeah.
I was like, "Good enough."
Yeah.
He sent me one day with one guy. My English was horrible.
Yeah.
But on the side of the truck, they had the picture, so the kids would point at it, and I just, hand over whatever they're pointing at.
Okay. So you didn't speak much English then. That came later.
That's what I'm saying. The guy was like really either crazy or...
Yeah.
Anyway, after 1 or 2 days that I went with somebody on the route to sell ice cream, he gave me my truck. He's like, "All right, this is your route. And just, try to sell as much as you can.
Yeah.
Try not to crash, and I'll see you later." So my first day, I went to, let's say the Cape Henlopen State Park was in my
okay.
Well, it was more kind of like a tower road.
Okay.
Kind of
So
like
not a lot going on, but it's like a popular place people hang out.
Yeah, it was
like a beach area.
I want to say Kitsilano Beach in Vancouver. So I pulled up because it was on the beach.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm gonna check it out here. So I pulled up to the parking lot. I stopped. Actually, the people stopped me, some kids. So I pull up, and I opened the window, and people just started flooding.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy man, I was like, this is good. I'm selling a lot of stuff. So I sold out in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
The whole freezer I had full of ice cream. So I come back, and he's like, "What are you doing here so early?" I was like, "I sold out." I was like, "Where'd you go?" I was like, "Kitsilano Beach." I was like, "Oh no, they have concessions there. I can get in trouble." But good job. I'll see you tomorrow. So just like that, man, So I was like, all right, so I know not to go there. So that was my first job. Then the summer was over. I started working. There was a Greek restaurant 3 blocks away from where I was staying. So I went and talked to the owner. The owner was there. He asked my name, and it's like Aquiles Demerutis. I was like, "Oh, Greek?" I was like, "Well, my grandfather."
Yeah.
And he told me, he started talking. It's like, "I think there's some Demerutis that I buy produce from." He went into the walk-in cooler. He's like, "Yep, your family is your family." It's like, "Yeah, my uncle. They have like 2,000 hectares of tomatoes, cucumbers, and eggplants." So they were agricultores. They were in agriculture.
In Mexico?
This was in Culiacan.
Okay.
And I still have family there. Imagine, in the freaking Chapo land. Anyway, so yeah, he hired me on the spot, even though he didn't. He's like, well, I can use a dishwasher.
Yeah.
So he hired me on the spot and he trained me. He was really kind, man. Those Greeks are nice.
Yeah.
And so I was there for a while. Then I wanted to get out of the kitchen, man, because I was learning English and stuff, and I wanted to. Because man, washing dishes is rough.
Yeah. Well, you probably knowing you want to be around people more.
Yeah. Exactly. So I wanted to get out of the kitchen. So I started learning, and then I got a job as a busboy in a different restaurant. And so I was in Canada for maybe about a year and a half.
Okay.
Vancouver. And I loved it, man. I got to see some great concerts. My favorite band back then was Depeche Mode.
Okay, yeah.
And in 95, they were touring, promoting the Violator album.
Yeah.
So 3 weeks after I got there, they were there. I was like, I'm going. I didn't have any money or anything. I was like, screw it, man. I sold something I had or something. I don't know what the hell, how I did it. But I bought a ticket and I went to. So that was a lot of fun.
What took you out of Canada? Where'd you go there?
Why did I go back?
No, well, you said you left Canada after like a year and a half? Where'd you go?
I went back home, Guadalajara.
Okay.
And I think my English was much better.
Yeah.
Or actually, I could speak English then, year and a half. And not because, because there was another guy there too, or a few other guys that were there longer than me and never spoke English because they were always just hanging around together.
Yeah.
And every time every chance I had to get out and talk to some of the people I was working with,
take advantage of it.
Exactly. Yeah. So they invited me over for dinner. I went out, and so I would carry a little notebook and a pen. Any new word, I would write it down, and so I learned quick.
Yeah.
And when I went back to Guadalajara, I think I got a job in a fancy and back then it was one of the nicest ones, hotels. That was like 5 blocks away from my house. Fiesta Americana. And I got a job as what is it called? The people that take your luggage to your room.
Oh, like a bellboy kind of thing?
A bellboy, yes. And tips were good, man, you know? Because there were a lot of English-speaking people visiting so that was one of the requirements. They needed somebody that spoke English.
Yeah, a lot of Americans on vacation and stuff.
Yeah. Well, Guadalajara has a lot of, on the outskirts, there's, like I said, there was IBM, there was Kodak.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hewlett-Packard had
So a lot of business people traveling around.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Exactly. So people coming from all over the world to Guadalajara to work or something. And working there, I met one guy. He came down to hire people, English-speaking people, to go work for timeshares in Cabo San Lucas. This was in, I think, 90 or 91. And I said, gosh, I'll do it. I love Cabo. I had been in Cabo one time because I had an uncle living in La Paz. Cabo was tiny, man. 1990 or 91.
Not a lot going on.
Yeah. There were like 10 hotels total between San Jose del Cabo and Cabo San Lucas. Not many. So it was Club Cascadas de Baja. They were hiring OPCs, outside public contact. Those are when you go to Mexico and as soon as you cross immigration, there's people offering you free taxi.
Yeah.
That's timeshare. And that was me. Even though not the airport was my first job. My first job was on the street. When you're walking in Mexico, there's often people like, hey, do you want to go on a glass bottom boat or you want to go fishing?
Yeah.
I'll give you a discount.
Telling you all these trips and stuff, excursions, yeah.
And you can have them with a discount if you come for breakfast to my hotel tomorrow morning. And that's a timeshare,
Yeah.
So people hated us, man, because you're a nuisance, you're on vacation and this guy wants you to.
Yeah, you're a salesman.
So it was hard, man, But I really enjoyed it, I love Cabo. I started surfing regularly. Although that's when I started, that's when things started to get out of control.
With the drinking?
Yes,
Okay.
and then I started smoking weed, and then other stuff came about. But
How did that all, was it because of like pretty much by yourself, or were you like hanging out with like a group of people then?
well, typically those guys, the OPCs,
Yeah.
it's a job that nobody wants to do because
Yeah.
you only work on commission.
Right.
So typically, the people that do those jobs are good with talking,
Yeah.
but there's some crazy individuals doing that stuff, man.
Yeah. Did you
Some
get hung?
people that lie. There's some uh, bad seeds, man, doing
Yeah.
those kind of
Did you
jobs.
get caught up with that?
Yes.
So tell me about that.
Oh man. So here's the first story.
Okay.
um, we went surfing. I was with a friend of mine from Guadalajara who died too, man. What the? Everybody's dying. Anyway, this guy was with me in Vancouver.
Okay.
His name was Alejandro, but they used
Okay.
to
He
call him
traveled with you. He
Chicharo.
was one of the guys traveling with you.
Yeah, yeah. He came after.
Okay.
I went to Cabo first, and then I spread the word back
Yeah.
home. If you guys want to come. So he came after, and because we were buddies we were good friends. I met him in Vancouver, even though he was from my hometown.
Yeah.
He was from a nicer area from Guadalajara, so his friends were a little more,
Yeah.
richer families or whatever. And so we went surfing, and on the way back, I think we hitched a ride to the beach. It was called Monument. And on the way back, we hitched a ride too with some construction. That I guess we finished around when people were finishing.
Yeah.
They were going, pickup truck full of construction worker in the back. So the guy said, sure, just jump in the back, 2 surfboards, 2 surfers, long hair, no shirts and stuff, and, construction workers. So the federals, I don't know, man, those guys are...
The federales?
Yes. Policía Federal, they're, things are changing. I think they're getting better.
They're questionable.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, man, back then I think it was worse.
I'm sure, yeah. I mean, because back then you're talking about late 80s, early 90s, dude. Drugs were rampant, even more so than now. Like, you had all the kingpins back there. You had the cartel leaders, like it was...
I think they weren't even called cartels back then,
No, they probably weren't.
Uh-huh.
But that's when shit was jumping.
Narcos, yes, gomeros.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, so the guy stopped us, the federal, and he started asking everybody, you guys, have any weed? I was like, no. And I don't know if me or my friend, we just had a little roach, tiny.
Mm-hmm.
We had smoked most of it before we went surfing. And so he freaking found it. I was like, ooh. He's like, you guys, the truck, you can go. I'm keeping these 2.
Oh, shit.
My friend and myself.
Yeah.
So, and then
Is it like on a city street?
No. Not even, because back then Cabo there was no streets. There was the dirt roads.
So you're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, you guys you're in for bad boys, like you're going to jail for a long time. I was like, it was the first time I got caught.
Yeah.
You don't think straight. It's like for a fucking,
Yeah, a little roach.
Yes, like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're freaking out. And he's like, so how much you got? I was like, we're broke. We don't have any money.
Yeah.
No. So you're going to jail. I was like, come on, man. We can go to, we can ask our boss to give us some advance or something.
He just wanted money out of you.
Oh, yeah, of course. And they don't care, man. He's
Yeah.
like, sure, we'll take you. So back then, they used to have some SUVs. I think they were Ram Chargers, Dodge
Yeah.
Ram Chargers, an SUV. He's like, all right, put the surfboards in. We're going to find your boss. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, not only will we, going to tell him that we got busted, but we're asking for money too. I was like,
damn, they're going to take you to the boss?
Yeah.
They're taking you to your boss to hustle your boss for money.
Yeah.
To let you guys go. Damn,
Bastard.
dude.
I know. So then here comes the funny part. We start driving. We go to town, and we're driving in the Federales car with the surfboards, and we clearly, from the outside, you can see who that is, my friend and myself.
Yeah.
So we're driving along where all my friends are. So everybody's just ditching whatever they have.
Everyone's just running.
Yeah, because they think, oh, they're coming to point fingers, you know. It was funny. Later on, he's like, dude, you made me throw away my fucking stash. I was like, dude, you did it because, you know, you did it to yourself, man. We're not ratting you out. Anyway, so we went to the boss, and he's like, all right, no problem, you know, I'll help you out. And I think, you know, he gave us some advance. And of course, back then, I'm telling you, you know, the people that get those jobs or do those jobs are not normals. There's some shady individuals.
Federales?
No. The OPCs, the timeshares.
Okay, gotcha.
Especially the ones on the street.
Yeah.
That's like the bottom of the barrel, you know. So anyway, few years later, I came back to. I think I told you this the other day.
Oh.
That the same guys, because I went to Cabo San Lucas a second time, but the second time I was already, you know, drinking every day, smoking weed every day, doing other stuff. I never injected myself because I had some neighbors that would do it.
Yeah.
And it was, man, just seeing the, you know, those guys sharing needles and stuff. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Did you get into like coke and stuff?
Yeah. But I never put anything, because I saw that as like, you know what, I think, you know, if I'm at that point,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
You know,
right. It's too much.
But anyway, the second time, I was already, you know, I had already a few runs with the cops in my hometown. And I knew it wasn't a big deal, you know, especially weed. Like, come on, man. So this second time, we were outside of the airport in Cabo, just, you know, smoking weed between between flights.
Yeah.
And the same guy pulls up. There were two.
Well, he knew your face now, so he knew.
Well, this was like 3 years later.
Oh, okay. All right.
I recognized him right away, though.
Yeah.
And I think he did too, because he's like güerito, you know, because I used to have long hair. And it's, you know, kind of blonde or sun bleach, whatever. He's like, I can't recognize you. Have I met you before? I was like, no, I don't think so. And this time, you know, these guys, you know, I was hanging out. Those guys were coming from Tijuana, where they have run-ins with the cops since little. I don't know. So they were, you know, they were shady individuals. So what? Fuck you. You know, we're just smoking weed. Leave us alone, you know?
Yeah.
But they search us and everything, hoping to find something else. Because they knew that with these guys, you know, they say, you want to take me for this?
Yeah.
Take me. I don't care. So that second time, I was like, phew.
You didn't have nothing on you that time?
No, just the weed that we were smoking.
Okay, yeah.
But then they realized, you know, what are we gonna do? You know.
Yeah.
But that was funny. That he's like, you look familiar. I was like, no, I don't think so.
Same dude. It's hilarious.
He was like, you know, he knew. He was hoping to get a little more money that time too. But no, these guys like, fuck you, man. You know, you want to take us. I don't care.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, just, you know, get the hell out. And so after the first time I went back to Guadalajara, and what did I do then? I think, that's when I wanted to venture. That's when I opened my taco stand. I learned how to make fish tacos in Cabo San Lucas and stuff. So I was like, all right, you know, I think, because I didn't want to get a job, you know, in Mexico.
You wanted to work for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. If you don't have a degree, and even with a degree, man, it's not guaranteed you make good money.
Yeah.
So I think in Mexico you do a lot better if you're an entrepreneur. You know, you have your own business. Because I mean, there's guys that didn't even finish high or not even they barely finished high school, but they open a taco stand. They did well. And they have, you know, like 20 taco stands down there. You know, they're
when you opened that up, were you still like drinking and all that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah.
Did you ever have any buddies, or did you ever run into anything with like cartel stuff, like dealings or anything?
Well, I knew a guy who was in Mexico running away from not the law, but I guess from other dealers, because he was living in Phoenix.
Okay, he was trying to get out.
Yeah, he left Phoenix because I think they were
after him.
Yes, the drug dealers, because they would like rob the little guys.
Yeah.
And then just resell whatever they stole.
Right.
So 100% profit. But that only lasted too long until they started figuring out who he was.
Yeah.
And, I think they threatened to kill him or
Did he
so
get
he
out?
split and he
left.
went back to Guadalajara because he was in Phoenix.
Okay.
And so people started just hanging out at his house. He was a dealer then.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I have a crazy story. One day, his brother was visiting from Phoenix, and he lived in the 4th floor, no elevator.
Yeah.
His brother was visiting from Phoenix, and he said, hey, my brother's here. Why don't you guys take him out, to show him around to a bar, one of these, if you guys go out. I was like, sure, we're going out tomorrow, Friday,
Yeah.
We'll pick him up. So we swing by, picked him up. We went over. I don't remember what bar it was. I remember it was nothing fancy, man. Las Águilas. I remember where we went. So we just got hammered. On the way back, we dropped them off, and we just left. I wasn't gonna stay there till he went up. Nothing. So
Yeah.
the next day, he calls me like, dude, what happened? What'd you do with my brother? He just freaking fell from the. I was like, what? He fell from the 4th floor and he's in the hospital. I was like, no way. I just dropped him off. Well, ends up the guy went up and he was knocking on the wrong door. I guess he wasn't that familiar or he was hammered. He didn't know where his brother lived. And the place was empty where he was knocking. So he tried to climb in the window and he fell from the 4th floor. How did he survive? Beats me. But no broken bones, nothing. Crazy.
He got up and he was good to go.
Oh, he went to, I think he had.
I'm sure he had something wrong.
Yes.
But nothing major.
He landed on a flower bed. And his head was like half a foot, 6 inches away from the concrete. That would have, that saved it.
That would have done it. Yeah, that would have done
But anyway, so growing up in Guadalajara, there was this house, some rich kids that his parents, I don't know if they lived there or they just had a big house. And it was always, there was never adults in the house.
Yeah.
Big ass house with a pool, beautiful house. And we used to hang out every day there,
Yeah.
And there was always a party. And man, now that I'm thinking, a lot of those guys are
dead.
Yeah.
God damn, man.
Yes.
They lived hard lives, dude.
Yes.
Hard lives.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
So after the second, I went.
So you got your tacos stand.
My taco stand. That didn't last long, man, because I was irresponsible.
Yeah.
I would open whenever I feel like.
Yeah, you're young, drinking all the time, hanging out, partying.
Exactly. Yeah. One time, oh man, I feel so bad, because I borrowed my mom's car that day. I think I had to do something, and when I had the car, it was around the corner from my house, the first stand. And my mom decided to come over to pick up the car. Mm. And I had just, it was kind of quiet. Some friends came over. They had some tacos. I was all right. And one pulls out a joint. Like, why don't you? So not to disturb the neighbors, we jump into my car to, the hot box.
Oh, man.
And at that moment, once we couldn't see it outside, I just hear a knock. It was my mom. I need the car.
Oh, while you were in there?
Yes, with my friends. And she's with, she has my little sister with her. And I was like, oh, shit. So my sister, I remember my mom saying, hold on a second, open the door and let it vent. Don't go in there yet. I was like, oh, shit. That was one of the, I started.
Did she give you shit about it?
Well, not then.
Yeah.
But after.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes. So that I closed down that stand. And then I got a chance. I think somebody was in Cozumel or Playa del Carmen. Somebody told me, they're hiring OPCs for Playa del Carmen. It's just starting. It's a new project. This was, I think, probably 93 or 94. Playa del Carmen, there was only 2 hotels, 2 big ones.
Yeah.
And so I went to work for one of them. Continental Plaza, that right where the dock is, where you take the ferry from Playa del Carmen to Cozumel.
Okay.
There was nothing back then. Playa del Carmen, the main road, it was being paved. It was still dirt.
It wasn't
road.
like a resort area like now and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I went back. I started. Actually, that's, you know what? Now that I think of it, I was only, I guess back then, only smoking weed and drinking. But then when I went to Cozumel, because we were in Playa del Carmen for a while and nothing much was happening, so we made the jump to Cozumel to start working there. And I remember the first time that I went out to try to buy some weed in Cozumel, nobody had weed, but everybody had Coke. For some reason, I guess they're on their path. So fishermen will find bags
like
or
floating?
bricks. Yes.
Oh, like from like transporting in cartels and stuff. Out there?
And before they get caught, they just like dump it all.
And then
so
those guys pick it up.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. And it was dirt cheap. You know, you can buy a big ball like this for $20.
Yeah.
No, I mean, nobody was buying it. There was so much. And I just didn't, I never had experienced it.
Yeah.
But a friend of mine is like, man, let's try it. Yeah. I heard good things about it. I thought, oh, man. I remember the first time I tried it, I felt so good, pumped, and let's go let's go to the gym, let's go to a workout, man.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you don't want to do that because, our heart is raining, we'll die. But man, that drug is bad.
Yeah. Did you keep doing it for a while?
Oh, yes. Man, that was horrible. And then, because once you're drunk, that's the problem, man. Alcohol makes you do. I mean, when you're drunk, even the stupidest thing sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, liquid courage.
Yes. Yeah. So once you're drunk, fuck it, let's do some lines
man.
or
Shit.
Yeah. So I got really hooked on that, but the problem was the drinking. Because once drunk, I just did stupid stuff.
Well, that was like the starting point, I guess.
Yeah. And I started to, become a little more outgoing, and everything I could eat the world in one bite.
Yeah.
But so I went back to when I went back to Guadalajara. That's when I opened the stand. Yeah, I already had a problem with addiction and abuse of that. So I went back one more time to Cabo San Lucas. I was like, if I started there, I'm going to try to quit when I'm there. And I didn't know what was coming, but I mean, it served the purpose, because after another intense year of, Cabo San Lucas partying, I went to rehab.
Okay, down there?
In Guadalajara, in my hometown.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't talking to my parents much. A cousin came to visit, and he's the one that kind of ratted me out. He saw how bad it was.
Yeah.
Even though, honestly, I'm thankful that he did that. He went back and told my parents that
How old were you then at that point?
that was in 95.
Yeah.
So I was 24.
Okay. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Be that young and be like, I got to get my shit taken care of.
Yeah.
To recognize it. I mean, that's...
Yeah, because, I mean, I remember the one day in particular that I got up and there was a girl with me that I don't know who she was. I had peed the bed. She was,
You pissed the bed?
Yes.
In bed with her?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you're drunk, man, I'm telling you, alcohol is bad.
Oh, God, dude.
So
I got to hear this one. Let's
yes. And you know what, man? I never go into so many details with anybody. So
this is great. This is great details. I need more.
But that day, I say, you know what? I said to myself, what I think I.
Well, I mean, hold on. Did she wake up with piss in the bed?
Oh yeah.
What happened? What was that? What was that experience?
Just imagine how bad that she was on the same boat with me, man.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? Now that she thought I was Jesus Christ because I had long hair, and
Did she really think you were Jesus Christ? Was she fucked
I don't
up?
know. She was nuts, man. She was from California.
Oh my God.
She was from California.
There's a white chick?
Yeah.
She was American?
Huh? Dude, in Cabo, man, I every day for me every day was a weekend because every week there was a fresh batch of tourists.
Oh, she was crazy.
Yes, I got to meet one time. I'm almost sure I party with what's the name of the drummer of Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Is that Flea?
No, the drummer, the tall guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. The guy looks like
Like the comedian
yeah. What's his name? Will.
Elf.
Yeah, the guy that played Elf. What's his name?
Ah man, I'm drawing a
Yeah, he
blank
looks
there.
like that guy. I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name either.
He dude, this was the early 90s. All the rock stars were partying in Cabo, and I
Yeah.
was there, man.
Yeah,
But obviously back then there was no cell phones, so there was no selfies.
yeah,
you know?
totally different world then.
So
dude.
that nobody knew anything. But I
Yeah.
party with these guys, the Van Halen,
Yeah.
Sammy Hagar, would come down to Cabo real often. Anyway, so this guy approached me, and I'm almost sure it was this guy. He wanted to buy some drugs. So like, you came to the right person. I'll hook you up. So he gave me $100. I came back with the whole pharmacy. So he was only there for a weekend with a girl. And
Chad Smith.
Chad
From
Smith.
Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
That's his name.
Yeah.
Chad Smith.
I'm almost sure it was him, man. I'm gonna. But he never mentioned anything. But after looking at him, I was like, dude, he looks really familiar.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
he looks like Will Ferrell.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. But the early '90s, man, in Cabo, it was wild. There was all the rock stars, man, were coming down, and
Yeah.
private planes, and
It was a place they could get away to. No one's gonna be there to fuck with them, bother them.
yeah, and it was a quick flight from LA,
Yeah.
back and forth. Only for the weekend they would come down.
Yeah.
Yeah. The stripper clubs were filled with beautiful California girls or
Yeah.
Texas, because Cabo in the early days there were a lot of Texans and a lot of Californians.
It's close.
Yep.
They can get
Yeah.
away, get down there, and get what they want.
And the Texans, they like to fish and stuff. They have the Bees tournament.
Yeah.
I think it just passed, or a couple of weeks ago. The Bees, there's always like 150 boats and
Yeah.
millions of dollars to the bigger
Yeah.
rare or black marlin they go for down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a blast, man. But anyway, so my
you
cousin realized how bad it was. He went back and told my parents.
This is the day you pissed the bed. The same day.
Oh, I pissed the bed many times. But this is the time that I realized.
This was the last straw for pissing.
Yeah, when I guess I got a little bit of like I don't know, like a spiritual awakening or something.
Yeah.
When I realized,
get it.
I was screwing up really bad.
Yeah.
And at the same time, my mom was finding out, how to get me back and into a rehab center.
Gotcha.
Luckily, she found this guy that he's an addict too. He has now a center in Tijuana.
Yeah.
That he's committed to that, help others,
That's cool,
get
man.
better.
Yeah.
So he gave him specific instructions. Bring him here, even if you have to lie.
Yeah.
Lie to him, whatever. Bring him here, and we'll take care of it. So my mom say, your brother-in-law needs help. Back then, my brother-in-law was a manager of a restaurant. He didn't have his own restaurants yet. So, and I had worked with him before. So my mom was telling me, yeah, he needs help. Why don't you come help him? And I said, we'll send you the plane ticket. I was like, sure. When? Tomorrow. I was like, what? Tomorrow? I need stuff to. I was like, well, day after tomorrow, because that's what the guy told him. Bring him as soon as you can, as fast as you can. So when I went to the back home, my sister picked me up, and we pull up to my house, and everybody was there. My mom, my dad, my younger sister, my cousin. I knew what it was.
It's a family intervention.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I come in and everybody's there. I knew exactly what it was. So the next day, we go into which is 3 blocks away from my house. This
facility?
rehab center. Yes.
No shit.
Yeah. I would walk by outside. I was like, I wonder what this place is. It's always closed, and
Oh, you never knew what it was.
Never. And so that day we come in. He's Jewish. Isaac Albo. Man, he's a talk about crazy. Whew, he's got some stories. Anyway, we went in. I'm with my parents. I'm 24.
Okay.
This is September of '95, and we go in and we started talking, and he's asking me questions, what I'm doing, what I'm using, and he's noticing that. I mean, he does this for a living. Plus, he's a recovering addict too, or alcoholic. So he's like, all right, after like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes of bullshit, he's like, can you leave us alone for a little bit? Why don't you wait for us outside? And as soon as my parents walked out, he's like, all right, cut the bullshit. I know you fucking, I can
Straight
tell.
to it.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's like, you cut the bullshit,
Yeah.
You have problems.
Yeah.
I can help you.
Yeah.
So, just let,
So you just
spill it
went with
out.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. So we started. It's like, no problem. We can
Did your
definitely.
family know everything that you were into, or just alcohol?
No, they knew I was into drugs too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, it's funny because both of my parents had a brother. My mom's youngest brother and my dad's youngest brother. They used to hang out together.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
they went to a concert together. I think in the 70s.
Yeah.
There was a Woodstock, but in Mexico.
Yeah.
What's it called? Arándaro. It's a place outside of Mexico City, I think, Arándaro. Okay. So there was a bunch of hippie bands and stuff that played. And so, back then they were doing LSD and all, smoking weed. So that was both of my uncles,
Okay.
They went through that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my dad's youngest one passed already.
Yeah. Okay.
But I had a really good relationship. In fact, one time I even, I didn't have anything, every connection I had was dry. So I went with him. It's like, uncle, you got to hook me up. It's like, sure, I got a little plant back here. Come on. He
was that uncle.
Yeah. He had been growing his own little plants back there.
Yeah.
Man. And then my mom's youngest brother too. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but dude, he was also a good influence in me because he would always, he was obsessed with like Bruce Lee and martial arts. And stuff like that. Yeah. But he was an architect too. I don't think he ever graduated, but he had a degree or he went through everything.
Yeah.
But he had problems too. I think with some of the stuff he did kind of messed up his chemistry, and he had to take pills to stay, focused and grounded. Because man, he was like
out there.
Yeah. But so one time he took me to the gym that he used to go to and show me some exercises, and he also back then, dude, I don't know, I was a teenager, you know.
Yeah.
That was before the drinking and all the exercises. He took me, like I said, to the gym, and back then the only place where you can learn new movements, exercises, I guess VHS videos that didn't exist. People watching videos, so it was magazines.
Oh, yeah.
So everything was on the magazines, and he somehow got, so he had some magazines. And then on the comic books, this was in the, I guess, mid-'80s.
Yeah.
There was always one guy, Charles Atlas, he was a famous bodybuilder here in the U.S., I think.
Yeah.
He would sell his catalog of exercises or his book of, what to do and the type of exercises. So you had to, peel the page from the comic book, fill it out, send it with money, and you'll get a book back. Charles Atlas. Look it up, man. It's funny. But anyway, that's how I started, doing exercise, and I really enjoy it. Plus, when I started my rehab, I started running.
How long was rehab?
I was there for 30 days.
Okay.
30 days. We had meetings every morning and every evening. And therapy, there was a therapist there too. So every morning we had to exercise, but we wouldn't leave the house. It was a big house.
Okay.
So there were men and women too, all ages,
So you
all
do your
all
30
kinds.
days, and then what? You go home
Next
down the
door
block.
there was a halfway house
Oh,
right
okay.
next door. So over there, I think I spent another 6.5 months maybe,
At the
or
halfway
four and a
house.
half at the halfway
Oh, okay.
house.
That's a long time. 6.5 months.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
maybe 4.5.
Yeah.
And the requirement is that you had to spend the nights there, but you had to find a job, no matter if he was paying or not.
You had to work during the day.
You had to work.
Yeah.
Anything, even if you had to offer your even if you
Yeah.
for free.
What'd you do?
Um, I I worked for an uncle of mine. He was running for a position, a political position in Mexico,
Mm.
and he had some friends. He loved art. So my job was bringing. He put together like 50 um, booklets or 50 packages with like 10 prints of famous artists, Mexican artists. So he put them together, and I will send them to. He'll give them to possible donors
Mm-hmm.
in exchange for a donation.
Oh, okay.
So he just gave me an address, the address. So I would go to like offices, a lot of politicians,
Yeah.
or some other wealthy people that he knew. I would go to their homes, drop it off, and then I guess he'll call them. Did you see it? You like them? Do you want to keep it? I just asked for a small donation or whatever.
Gotcha.
So that was my job. Actually, and I worked. He also had a factory. Now that I remember, shoe factory,
Mm.
and I worked at the factory for a little bit too. He was really nice. He helped me out quite a bit, my uncle. But yeah, when I so that was the only requirement of the halfway house. We had to,
Yeah.
and I got kicked out too because
Oh,
I
you
guess
didn't finish it.
no, I don't know when. I guess the
What did they kick you out for? Work.
no. I went to. I have a cousin that likes motocross,
Mm.
and there's a track in Guadalajara, just outside of the city.
Yeah.
But the place where the track is known as there's
Drug
like
area.
yes,
Yeah.
I guess there's a big drug dealing area. So I had no idea. I honestly didn't know that was like a hot spot to go score. Because we went during the day. I even came back. I hurt myself, man.
Yeah.
There was a double that I was like, man, I gotta clear this freaking jump, man. I love the freaking,
Yeah.
I never rode motocross though, and this was my first time jumping on a fucking motorcycle. So I try to clean. My cousin would tell me, no, man, that's a big one. It's like, God, it's not that bad. You can go fast enough. So I cased it, but I didn't crash. I hit myself with a,
Handlebars.
I guess, tank or something,
Yeah.
and I cracked my chin open, and I was bleeding. So I went back, and they said, "Oh, you were where? What? No, that's a no." So I think that was. I mean, I already had like two,
Yeah.
2 strikes before that one.
They're like, just get out of here.
Yeah, but I mean,
What were the other strikes for?
I don't know, stupid stuff. I guess I didn't wash the dishes the one day that I was supposed to or something.
Yeah. It was like being back in school. You're like, fuck
exactly, yeah, exactly, yes. But no, I was really trying because I really wanted to get better.
This. Yeah. So they kick your ass out. Then what do you do then?
So I went home for a little bit. I opened again a taco stand.
Okay. It's different area.
No, same
area. Okay. Yeah.
same area. Not the same spot, but different spot in my hometown or in my neighborhood. And but this time I was already clean. You know, I was going to meetings. And I was tired. I was ready.
Yeah.
And on this one, it was really funny because I started hiring. It was free help for me.
Oh, yeah.
I would hire guys from the halfway house, and they knew that I was doing okay, so I was a good example for the people that work under me. So they were like, "You need a job? Go see Aquiles."
Oh, good. There you go.
So I
Worked
would
out.
pay him,
Yeah.
they're cheap, but they said, don't worry about paying these guys.
Yeah.
If you can give them something, just keep them busy.
Keep them busy. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So it worked out for me because, they would help me.
Yeah.
I had, soft drinks deliveries every day, the bottles, the Coke bottles, everything's in a bottle
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah.
So they would help me put them in the, cooler with ice. And
Yeah.
it was nice, man. And then in that taco stand, I met, no, I wasn't in the stand, but my wife, I met her about a year and a half into my sobriety.
Oh, you met in Mexico?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She came down to learn Spanish. She was
okay.
actually in a...
Like with school?
No, she's a veterinarian, and she had been practicing in California. She graduated in 95 from Ohio State as a veterinarian, and she went straight to California. And because she specializes in dairy cows.
Gotcha.
She likes to work cows. And every dairy that she went to, the milkers were either Mexican or Spanish speaking. So she realized that she wanted to, communicate better with them. And she went to Guadalajara. There were two spots, Cuernavaca or Guadalajara. And she picked Guadalajara to go learn Spanish. And I met her, I think the next day she got there. In my hood, there was a woman who had three daughters. And she had a big house. And the way for her to make money, she would rent out to foreign students. Or she would rent out rooms, and so she was staying with them. They told me, "Oh yeah, tomorrow there's a girl coming from California." I was like, "All right, I'll swing by."
Yeah.
And she thought she was from California because she was coming from California.
Yeah.
Because she had been practicing, but she was from Jersey.
Gotcha.
And so, oh man, it was funny because I had a girlfriend at the time too when I met her, and I thought for sure this was, this is it.
Yeah.
This was my third time going out with this girl. We were best friends, As long as we were going out,
Yeah.
we were best buddies. But then when we started to, all right, let's give it another try, then everything will go to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, she saw me, going down bad, and she tried to help me. But, when you don't want to, you don't listen when you're not ready.
Yeah, no, not at all, no.
Yeah, it's like, no matter how many times or how many different ways they try to explain to you, like, dude, you're screwing up, But I think, I was done, and ever since, I haven't been drinking ever again.
Yeah.
Or Coke, because, man,
since rehab.
His rehab, yeah.
Damn, that's
30 years, man. This last September. 30 years clean.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you got the taco stand going, you meet your wife.
Uh-huh.
What happens from there?
She was down there for only a month.
Yeah.
So I invited her for my birthday, which today, November 3rd, I was having a little party. And I was living with my parents. So I had a little get together. I was, again, I was going out with this girl. And we worked together in a surf shop. And man, I learned a lot from that girl too. She, because she left her house so early in her I think she started working, like when she was 16.
Yeah.
And she hustler, man. Anything she could do. She was the manager, and she was younger than a lot of the people working there, but she was. But it just never worked out when we were going out, man, as a couple. It never worked out. Yeah. So anyway, I invite my then just friend that I just met. I was like, oh yeah. I even tried to hook her up with a friend of mine.
Your wife?
It wasn't love at first sight, to be honest.
Yeah.
But then I broke up with my girlfriend, and so I started taking her out, showing her places, and because I love to, first I was practicing English.
Yeah.
And I'm, I think I'm very friendly. I like to talk to people, outgoing.
Oh yeah, dude, you're like one of the
so
most friendly people
I
I've
started
ever met.
taking her out, and one, just before we know, we started, getting to know each other, and so anyway, her month came up. We were having such a good time, so she decided to stay another month.
Yeah.
And then we just started going, it started to get a little serious, but she couldn't put it off any longer. She was starting a master's at Colorado State. And so she went, And it's like, well, you're welcome to come if you want, and you can stay as long as you want. So and I had a good feeling. So I sold my
Yeah.
taco stand to one guy that I was actually at the clinic too.
Oh
He
yeah.
was a
That's
yeah,
cool.
he was a fresh graduate from the
From the rehab.
yeah.
That's cool, man.
His parents had some money, so they was like, sure, just buy it.
Yeah.
And because I had a good feeling, it's like, what if
Yeah.
I don't come back?
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
So I had my tourist visa and everything. I came to visit to Colorado, and yeah, I never left. Yeah, yeah. My visa had a 6 month visa. It was running out. We went to a couple of times. I tried when I would go home and I come back, I would get another renew,
Yeah.
another 6 months. This time, I don't think it happened. I think they might have given me 3 months more or something. So we went to see an attorney, and the guy said, "Well, the easiest thing is just get married."
Yeah.
That way, that was in 99.
And then you got your citizenship that way.
Yeah, back then it wasn't. That was
Yeah.
before 9/11. That
Yeah.
wasn't. That things were a little
Yeah.
easier back then.
What'd you do in Colorado?
My first job was in construction.
Oh, okay.
Mind you, this was February.
Yeah. In Colorado.
Yes, coming from Mexico, I didn't last long. I was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck this,
Yeah.
man! I don't want to do." So I
Yeah.
found a Mexican restaurant,
Yeah.
and well, actually, I did a few things before. I worked in a bagel place.
Yeah.
I was a baker. Man, that was rough. I was never. That
But
was the
most-
first time that I had to get up early.
But mostly like restaurant related
Yeah,
stuff.
restaurant related. Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked for Starbucks for a few years too, and then our daughter was born. Yeah, we were there. So we got married September 7 of 99. If we would have waited 2 more days, it would have been 99.99. But there was, I think, I was in a hurry.
Yeah, right. You had to get it done.
Yeah. So we just married in the courthouse. We had a
Yeah.
dinner with just our close friends.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we saved some money because we wanted to do a honeymoon, and I think maybe in 6 months later, that's when we did our honeymoon. We went to Europe for like 3 weeks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
nice. So she finished her master's there, and then she started working for the university. And yeah, once our daughter was born, we wanted to be near family.
Yeah.
Because my parents were in Puerto Vallarta. Her parents were just retired here in Rehoboth.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, well, let's go to Rehoboth.
Yeah.
So we came here in this month too. I think it was November because my daughter was 9 months old. She was born in February.
So you came here in like 99?
No. That was 2000. No, because
Oh, okay.
we were in Colorado for 5 years.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't have kids right away, which
Yeah.
I think it was nice. We got to meet each other. Because my wife and I are very different,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, she's well educated. I mean, school and whatnot. She 8 years of college to
Yeah.
become because she went to Cook College first in part of Rutgers, and then she went to vet school 4 more years, and then she went to Colorado State for a master's.
Yeah.
And I barely finished high school, man. It took me like several years and 4 or 5 different attempts in schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finally finished. I don't remember what year was this, but I think I wasn't drinking yet or that bad yet, or I wasn't doing drugs. But yeah, I went to night school and
how
finally
you finished
finished
it,
my GED.
Yeah.
Get my GED.
So you guys moved here, and then what'd you do when you got here?
Well, we didn't have any jobs
Yeah.
when we moved here. I worked right away. I got a job at Clark's Bostonian at the outlet.
Okay. Yeah.
And my wife, she started helping the Hopkins with their cows.
Oh, yeah. All right.
But I mean, it's not enough to keep her busy.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
So odds and ends, she started. I think she taught at Dell Tech for a little bit too. Yeah, and yeah. So after I only worked with Clark's Bostonian for a month because I remember when we first moved here. We went to the bank. We had to open up an account with a local bank because we had our credit union back then. It was
Yeah.
like Northern Colorado or something. So anyway, we came here. We first went to Wells Fargo, but the service is awful. I was like, fuck this. I don't want to, give me my money. And we drove by WSFS, you
Yeah.
know. It's like, let's go to that one. That
Yeah.
one's look. So we pulled up, very nice building, and I was like, oh, this looks nice. And the lady, oh, so where do you work? Well, we're actually looking for jobs. Ah, we're hiring. I was like, well, where do I apply? So I got a job for Woosfus after, you know, I guess after their process, I guess when they figure out who are they gonna call, the people that apply or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's call this guy. So they called me. I was working, like I said, at Clark's Bostonian. I was there only for a month,
Yeah.
selling shoes.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it though, you know, because I mean, it's, you know, people are. I like to talk to people,
Yeah.
man. You know, they came in. I would tell them, even my secrets. Oh, these are really nice.
What'd you do at the bank? Were you a teller?
Yes, yeah. So they
Okay.
call me. It's like, you know, a position open up. Would you like to take it? It's as a floater. You'll be going to difference. Like, sure,
Yeah.
because the pay was much better than Clark's Bostonian,
Right.
and the benefits. Because I don't know. Well, my wife wasn't pregnant then. We didn't know yet. No. So I got the job with the bank. I started as a teller. So I was floating. I would go to Dover, Camden, and here. Between those three, I was going. And then a position opened up, full-time position here in Rehoboth, and I took it. And I was there with them for about a year and a half. And everything falls in place somehow, you know, because the first day that I met the business banker, Scott Swingle, I asked him, how hard is it to get a loan for
Business?
a restaurant? Yeah. Like, what do you want to sell? Fish tacos. Nobody sells fish tacos, right? He's like, that's why. You'll be the first place.
Yeah.
So I left the bank and I worked shortly for the Culture Pearl when they were on Wilmington Avenue.
Yeah.
And worked for Sue and Rob. Have you met him?
Who?
The owners of Culture Pearl.
Nah, I don't know.
Man, great people.
Yeah.
You know, they do a lot of good stuff for their employees. And I was there briefly, but I finally decided, put my plan together, went to see Scott. He approved it. Plus I got my months before, I guess soon after I started working for the bank, we were living in my in-laws. They had a little summer cottage. It's a small place. But my wife, we already had one baby, my daughter, and my wife was pregnant. So we started looking for houses, and this was 2004. 2005. I think 2005. Back then, there was not much, man.
Yeah. It wasn't like
it was
now.
like $1 million houses
no,
or trailers.
It wasn't like it is now.
Nothing in between, or very few.
Yeah.
So when I was working at the bank, I started, you know, my wife was freaking out, you know. So I started just driving around because we would get an hour break.
Yeah.
Started driving around, and I got lucky, man, because also the rates were really low. I was working for the bank. They gave me a employee rate, which I still have. It's almost paid off now, the house too.
Nice.
Yeah, but you know, I guess went full circle. Started with the bank, then they got me the loan. Once,
How long you got the loan for
the restaurant?
For the
that was
restaurant.
2006 when I opened. July 2000, in the middle of the
Did you
summer.
have anything lined up yet?
When I opened the restaurant.
Like when you got your loan, did you have your location and everything already done? Picked out?
Well, here's the deal. I show up to the Small Business Administration with a written business plan, you know, everything, but I didn't have a location. So, but the guys, you know, I think I bought a book that said how to write a business plan. You got to be specific. You got to even put an address if you have one. If not, make one up.
Right.
So I make an. So the guy, Bill Paff, was the name of the guy in charge of the SBA, Small Business Administration in Georgetown. He's like, oh, you already have a place? I was like, no. So what is this address? I was like, just made up. I was like, well, you know, I just recently helped somebody open a restaurant, and they just closed because they had some family problems. Why don't you go take a look at that place?
Yeah.
I was like, sure, where is it? Route 24, you know, behind the McDonald's.
Yeah.
I show up, and it was called El Dorado Rotisserie Chicken. I was like, man.
Oh, it was called El Dorado?
Yes! He came with a name, dude.
Did you have a name in your head already or no?
Nah. No. My taco stand back home was called Mr. Fish. Mr. Fish tacos.
in Mexico.
Yeah, Mr. Fish.
Was it?
Because it was fish tacos, man. Dude, and back then, that was mid 90s, early 90s. Not mid 90s. Fish tacos weren't that popular back then.
Your name is Mr. Fish now. When we go to the fucking gym, you're a Mr. Fish.
Come on, TJ. Why did I say that?
God damn, that's
But anyway,
awesome.
so I didn't have a name. To answer your question, I
Yeah.
didn't have a name for the race.
But El Dorado worked out good.
But yeah, because Mahi Mahi, dude, has like perfect. I served Mahi Mahi, Dorado.
Yeah.
So I went back and so the big sign outside say El Dorado and it had, I think, a chicken.
Yeah.
So I was like, I could use the sign, but just the top half. The
That's kinda
bottom
weird.
half, I put a fish.
Kind of weird.
There it is.
El Dorado.
El Dorado
and a chicken.
for a...
No,
Yeah.
El Dorado and a
Because
chicken.
Dorado means crispy as well.
Oh, okay.
Crispy. So crispy chicken.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Gotcha.
tried Peruvian rotisserie chicken?
I don't think so.
You know, in the, I guess, Virginia area, like DC area, is very popular.
Huh.
Peruvian chicken, rotisserie chicken. Because it's charbroiled too. It's not electric or gas.
Yeah, yeah.
Charbroiled. So the place was ready to go, man. It had been open for a month, so it wasn't even dirty.
Yeah.
I mean, the hood was because he was using charcoal inside.
but other than
But
that,
that's
everything
other
was
than that, everything he had, I could use. I mean, I'm telling you, man, I've been lucky.
Turnkey. It was good to go.
Things have been falling in place.
So you took it.
I took it. I thought, for sure, first, I'll have a line out the door every day.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, it kind of was busy because it was, I
New.
think,
There wasn't
mid-July
a lot.
when I first opened.
Yeah, and there wasn't a lot here.
Yeah.
back
Although fish tacos, people went, that was 2000 and, what did I say, 2006?
then. Yeah.
No, they weren't that popular here yet.
Yeah.
And so it was hard because I thought I could only sell fish and shrimp tacos. That's it. But, they told me, no, you got to put in this Scott Swingles. Now, you can't run a business just with two things. You got to put more stuff. It's like, all right. So I carne asada, grilled chicken. So I just came up with a menu. And and it was hard, man. But they had my house as collateral. So there was, failing wasn't an option.
Yeah, you had to get it done.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. So just stick to it, man.
It was banging. Did you start out with employees or just you?
My dad was here.
Okay.
He came up
Your
to
dad
help
was
me
here to
out.
help.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Back then, he was actually helping my by 2006, my brother-in-law and my sister, they already had at least one restaurant of their own, maybe two. And I think they only had one then.
In Mexico.
In Puerto Vallarta. Now they have 6. They've been doing really well. Yeah. Anyway. So I guess it kind of runs in the family, you know. But he's really, really committed, My brother-in-law, he's just his work ethic, So my dad was helping my brother-in-law with, I think he had probably two already, because my dad was helping going back and forth to do. So he knew all the chefs and everything.
Yeah.
So when I first opened, I was like, man, how am I going to do the rice? I was like, why don't you call the chef? So my dad will call the chef in Puerto Vallarta. I was like, all right, so he'll take notes. So a lot of the stuff I made, it came from those restaurants, for the chef from those restaurants.
That's cool.
The salsas. I mean, the salsas, those are the ones that my mom made at home.
The guac sauce you had for the fish tacos.
Yeah, the green salsa.
The greens, that was good, man.
The avocado salsa.
And
Dude, and I'm surprised nobody here does that. In Mexico, no matter how crummy taco stand is, they have a place where you can find
you're the only place I've ever had it.
4-6 different kind of salsas.
You're the only places I've ever had that.
Yeah.
And then the ceviche was banging.
Oh, man. So that was the ceviche. It started as a one time. So the pieces of fish that didn't make the cut for the fillets for the tacos.
Yeah.
My dad would chop them up and we make ceviche just for us. We just eat it ourselves.
Yeah.
My dad and myself, or the employees. We'll give it to them. And one time a customer said, "Is that ceviche back there?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Will you sell me some?" It's like, "Sure." So and that's how we started ceviche. Just one customer saying, "I want to try some of that." So
And that was like a hot item for
I
you,
know.
too. Yeah.
Soon enough, we started whole pieces of fish. We chop them up to make ceviche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild, dude.
Yes, it's funny how everything just.
I miss that place, man.
I know.
That place was so fucking good.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah.
So you had that for quite a few years.
12 and a half years. Yes. The only reason I closed is because I wanted to spend more time with the kids.
Yeah.
It was starting to.
That's the restaurant, man.
Well,
You're there
plus,
all the time.
to be honest, not just that. I think I was a bad administrator too, because I think if I could have probably charge a little more to make a little more money to be able to afford or to pay a good salary to a manager,
Yeah.
that would have definitely helped me. But I never had business, classes. Never. You was just, I can't believe I made it that long, 12 and a half years, man.
Maybe it's an opportunity to do it again. You live and learn.
Well, what do you know? My daughter she's about to finish her degree in hospitality and
Oh, nice.
and restaurant and club management because she said she wants to bring El Dorado back.
Really?
Yeah, that's what she said, man. But I told her, man, it's a lot of work. Huh?
That'd be great.
That would be,
dude. I have an El Dorado hoodie, and I looked for it this morning because I was gonna wear it, and I couldn't find the damn thing. It's here somewhere. It's the brown
Thanks, man.
one.
Yeah. The other day, a friend of mine, he lives around the corner from here too. For Christmas or for I think Halloween.
Yeah.
Him, his wife, and his daughter, they all had a El Dorado shirt on. Yes.
Oh, dude, I remember after you closed for a little while, you were still doing like merch and stuff.
I think a couple of times I did, because people were asking me, do you still have any of those shirts? Like, no, but I can make another run.
Yeah. They were cool, man.
Yeah.
That was a great place, man. I miss it.
It was.
But, you got to do what you got to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, man, I learned a lot through that restaurant. I met half of the town.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was cool. I really.
And now you get to do a little bit of everything. You've done some real estate. You've done quite a bit.
Yeah. Once I closed the restaurant, everybody kept telling me, man, you should, get a real estate license. You're really good with people. And
yeah.
Even though I'm really good with people, man, it's stressful. Real estate,
Yeah, it's different.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Everything has to go perfect,
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. A lot of people
My
do
hat's
it
off to those people that do it full time,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're still in the restaurant business a little bit, right? You still work in the
I still have my real estate license too. I help out friends.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I still have it. Because, I guess pays, to know people. They call you and they had a good experience. They recommend you and whatnot. So I still have it because here and there people call me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I work for Sodell with Scott.
Yeah.
He was just here
Scott's
recently.
episode just came out today.
Yeah,
it's good.
So I went because I was at Taco Rio for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And the reason they have their food is really similar to what I had.
Yeah.
So I like their food. I get to see a lot of my old customers. I like their vibe. So I was there for about 3 years.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it was time to move on. So
yeah.
I went and talked to Scott. And he's like, well, I just got grain because January 1st of this year, they got it.
Yeah.
It's now Sodell restaurant. And they need people. It's like, so I went over and started working there. And I'm there with them right now. And
yeah. It's
part-time.
Nice place. It's
Yeah.
a nice place right on the water. It's good.
Yeah. The location, man, is great.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
man.
it was crazy, how we got here and what we had to go through, and
life's crazy, man.
it is.
Not to mention you're #1 in Mexico, CrossFit
Well, I lost the last year, man, on the CrossFit Open
for age group, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's becoming more popular now.
In Mexico?
Yes, and in fact, sometimes I think I'm in a bubble, man, because sometimes I go out back home and it's really popular. I don't realize how, because they have their own competitions, CrossFit competitions, like that happen once a year in different parts of the country, and people go. And you know what? Something too, a lot of athletes are going to Mexico City to train because of the elevation.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Remember in the Olympics in '68?
Yeah.
Mexico, well, we weren't
I wasn't
born.
around then,
exactly, me neither. But in '68 is when they realized that the altitude had a big impact on athletes' performance.
No shit.
Yeah, when they started seeing, guys getting tired. Like, hold on a second. How come it was the elevation? That's when they realized it.
Huh.
So there's a couple of really nice boxes down there where people go before a competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, and train.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like, for example, UFC fights, when they happen in Mexico City,
Yeah.
a lot of the fighters go there a month before and start training on that
Start
elevation.
getting acclimated to it. That makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, Mexico City. So, yeah, man, CrossFit, I learned so much,
Yeah.
I really enjoy how, and I mean, with people like you, just.
Well, it keeps it fun, what I mean? Competition amongst friends, it's a good time, man.
Yeah,
it's a good place.
For example, you're I mean, I've never been in life and death situation, but I know that if I come to that, the training that I have,
that helped me,
knowing that I can do it.
Yeah,
I've done,
it helped me in my
before.
Helped me in my recovery.
Exactly,
pushing myself, because what you do in CrossFit, you just.
But I'm sure in the night off,
Yeah.
Because you can just like paralyze and don't do shit.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy would have finished you off.
CrossFit, you're like basically pushing yourself to failure anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like pushing your body through those hard times.
So I'm sure when that happened, you go.
Yeah, man.
You got 5 bullets. They're like, oh shit.
6, but
Six.
Count.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah,
and look at you now, man.
I know.
That's
I get
awesome.
to sit here with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, CrossFit helped, man. It's a good deal, man. It works.
Well, plus, I tell kids these days that there's so much information. I just heard this I was telling you about this guy, Rick Rubin.
Yeah.
I never knew who he was until I found his podcast, Tetragrammaton, that he was a big producer, or he still does, Beastie Boys and all of that. He's wild, man. His hair, his beard and stuff. But dude, the way he interviews people, it's awesome. Anyway, he says something in one of the podcasts I was listening to, that in the age of information, ignorance is a choice. In the age, so everything's available. I mean, everything is here,
Yeah, in an instant, yeah.
So whoever doesn't want to learn is because they don't want to,
Yeah. You can go on YouTube and find out how to do anything.
Exactly.
So I put this thing together.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. And hopefully,
no shit. I still
you get some traction too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. You got anything else? You good?
Yeah. Well, I just want to also mention that, I mean, the CrossFit, the exercising, how, a community, something that, and I tell my kids this, right now we're in a point that we have to work together no matter what our views are, Mm-hmm. We're all different. And that's what makes it so nice,
Yeah.
There's all kinds of, plus, I mean, everything is so easy accessible to. It's so easy to travel other parts of the world. We got to work together, because now more than ever, everything's,
everything's divided
so
now,
quick.
Man.
That's the thing too, that we gotta learn to get over our differences and start looking at our.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Yeah.
Everybody's divided.
Yeah. Because I mean, there's so much, we got to stop looking at our differences, and also, but for example, when I want to learn something, I want to see what these, like, for example, this guy, Andrew Huberman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Huberman.
Dude, he's my fucking hero.
Yeah, I do.
He's, I mean,
yeah.
The way he talks, I am like him. I was a skater. I don't think he ever did drugs, though. But
yeah, he did time in juvie.
He did.
Yeah.
So he's a freaking neuroscientist.
Yeah,
he's making it look cool. A fucking doctor.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Amanda loves him. Yeah, he's great.
Yes,
he's great. That guy really did something with his life.
Yes,
it's cool, man.
I was listening yesterday with this guy, Rick Rubin. Even though it's you don't have to be that smart to get it. Look at me, man. You
do well, man.
I can't complain. But exactly. But yeah, I mean. if you don't want to, and I guess CrossFit was one of the things that has been making me, pushing me to become a better person. You
Yeah.
know, not only because I want to be independent. I see all, my parents or my uncles,
Yeah.
at that age, my in-laws. I want to, get up to that age a little better, more independent.
Yeah.
I don't want to be dependent to.
Yeah.
I mean, I help them as much as I can because they have helped me and my parents, my dad, my in-laws. But when I get to that age, I definitely
Yeah.
want to be able to ride my bike,
Yeah.
surf.
Well, that's what's great about CrossFit, man. It's community, right? We're always
Exactly.
pushing each other to
Yes,
be
yes,
better. So
yes.
it's a
Yeah.
good environment, man.
And although CrossFit is not for everybody, because my wife, when she tried it, she fucking hated.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta find what you like.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So this was, I guess, this was definitely, it's been one of the things that changed my life, for good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meeting people like you,
Yeah.
Ernie, pushing me every morning.
Yeah.
Bastard. Yes. Carper yelling
Yeah.
at you.
Yeah. Yeah. She
Yes.
likes to yell.
That's right. But
It's a good time, man. It's a
I
good time.
I wouldn't change it for anything, man.
Yeah,
know.
it's a good time, good people.
Yeah,
We have fun in
yeah.
there. So, yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on, dude. Share a little bit, talk a little bit. It's been good.
Yeah,
Appreciate it, man.
of course.
Sorry I missed your birthday wad today, but
Nah, no worries.
I'll be in there tomorrow. So.
Man, I can't believe I couldn't come up with any, some other cool stories too.
Man, it's all right. We do it again sometime. We'll do a
Yeah.
follow up when El Dorado opens back up.
Sure.
All right, man. I
that'd be
appreciate
great.
it.
Of course.
All right.